Hello friends, good morning. So in this lecture for the subject electronic system design, we have to study the unit number 5 and the unit is PCB design and EMI and EMC electromagnetic interference and electromagnetic compatibility. So here the course outcome for this learn the PCB design practices for analog and mixed signal circuit, and for that PO mapping is mapped with the 1 to 5 PSO1 and PSO2, and the BT level is up to. Content under this lecture we have to study uh, PCB design, the types of PCB, design consideration in PCB, requirement in PCB design, then PCB design steps, layout of the PCB, interconnection parameters, PCB design rules for analog circuit, component assembly technique, then signal integrity consideration for high-speed digital hardware design, introduction of the EMI EMC, PCB trace impedance, PCB design practice for analog and mixed signal circuit. So actually all this content is under the unit 5. All this content is in the unit 5, and one by one we will see this. So first one is the component assembly. How the components are assembled. So there are two types, THT through hole technology and SMT surface mount technology. So here through hole technology, what is mean by through hole technology? How the components are assembled on the PCB. So see this is the PCB. This is pre-printed wiring board. This is printed wiring board, and this one is the component, and this component is assembled through this hole, and on the other side it is a solder. So component, this is the lead, this one is the solder, this one is the wiring board, and this one is the chip, or we can say the any component. Okay, so these are assembled and soldered like this. Another one is the at the through-hole technology, component leads are inserted through the holes in a printed wiring board and soldered to the lands on the other side. A TH component is a DIL, dual in-line integrated circuit, whose leads usually have the pitch of 2 to 54 mm, 0 to 1 inch. Then next one is the surface mounting technology. See this surface mount technology. See this one is the PCB, printed wiring board, and this is component laid on that PCB. Okay, and it is soldered on the same side. So surface mount component termination. This is the termination, and this one is the solder, and this is the adhesive. So termination of surface mount devices, SMDs, are attached to the board pads by soldering to make both electrical and mechanical connections. In some cases, conductive adhesive joints are used. Then next one is the PCB. Now what is mean by PCB? We will see the PCB. PCB is used to mechanically support, electrically connect electronic component using pathways, tracks, traces, each from the copper sheet laminated on the non-conductive substrate. When substrate is there, and on that the copper clad is there, and then the board is made. So it is also referred as the printed wiring board. PCB assembly and serviceability depend on the design. All design and development of the PCB gets reflected in final price of the electronic product. So important terms about the PCB. Some important terms regarding this PCB, we will see that one by one. The first one is the laminate. What is meant by the laminate? So laminate is an insulating base prepared using layer of glass fabric impregnated with the resin, either with the epoxy or a polyamide material and it is pressed under the proper controlled heat. Okay, so it is nothing but the insulating base on which the copper is plated. So next one is the copper clad. It is a thin conducting layer typically made up of the thin copper foil impregnated with the laminate. Okay, so this is the thin foil of the copper, that is known as the copper clad. Then plating. It is a surface covering in which metal is deposited on the conductive surface. When metal is deposited on the conductive surface, a copper film or tin lead plating film is used with the photo etching. In plating, plating is used to improve the solder ability. So by the plating, the solder ability is increased. Then etching, it is process in which unwanted copper material or tin lead alloy is removed using solution immersion like ferric chloride solution bath. Etching is also done by photo masking technique. Okay, so etching is nothing but the removing the unwanted copper. Then photoresist, it is a thin photoresistive, photosensitive material that supports a photographic pattern of a single traces or IC pads for etching. Okay. Then we can see over here. See, this is the one copper clad shown over here. This is the laminate. This one is the laminate, and this is the copper foil on that. Then see one more here, inner layer print and expose. See, this is the inner layer, copper clad laminate. This one is the middle one is the dielectric. Then this is the copper foil. Then another one is the photoresist, and this one is the photo tool. It is exposed internal layer. See one more figure here. This is the plated copper. This is the copper and the see over here, same thing. One more PCB, you can see over here how this is the plated. One more example. Now see what is meant by photoresist. Just we have seen this material is known as the photoresist. Then pre-preg, it is a term used for pre-impregnated composite fiber. This takes the form of the view or are in a unidirectional. View means like a thread. Then they contain an amount of matrix material used to bond them together and to another component during the manufacturing. Bond them for bonding purpose. In PCB, it is glass cloth or fabric saturated with epoxy resin and partially cured. Then next one is the YS. YS stands for vertical interconnect access. It is a vertical electrical connection between layers of the conductor in PCB design. Wires are pads with the plated holes that provide electrical connection between copper traces on different layers of the board. The holes are made conductive by electroplating or filled with the annular rings or small rivets. High density multilayer PCB may have the micro wires. Blind wires are exposed only on one side of the bond. Burrell wires connect internal layers without being exposed on the either surface. Thermal wires carry heat away from the power devices. They are used in the array of the about dozen wires. So it allows electrical and thermal connection of conductor on opposite sides of the PCB. Now you can see over here, you see this figure. This one is the copper. This is top layer. See, this is the pre-preg. Just we have seen what is meant by pre-preg. Then this is again copper. This is central layer, copper, pre-preg, bottom layer, and copper. This is the multi-layer PCB. Now you can see over here the top layer, ground layer, VDD layer, bottom layer. Okay. Now see this one, this hole, that is the thermal wires to escape the heat from that. one more PCB you can see over here. Then this one is the solder mask. This is the solder mask. This is the copper pad solder mask. This one is the substrate. Okay. This is the gloss and matte type. Then what is the solder mask? Areas that should not be soldered may be covered with the polymer solder resist or solder mask coating. There is a coating you can see in the figure. Solder resist is typically 20 to 30 micron thick and normally a dark green coating called as resist. It is used in such a way that it covers the entire board except the solder contact so as to prevent from the moisture and scratches. It avoids any false bridging between two close tracks or contact points. You can see this in this figure. This one is the solder mask. Just we have seen in the last figure also, same thing over here. This coating is the solder mask. Then next point we have to study types of PCB. Before that we will see the material used for the PCB. Conducting material is copper. Then dielectrical, typically laminated with the material like epoxy resin, polytetrafluoroethylene, FR2, FR4. These are the material used for the that PCB. Then types of PCB. Types are first one the single layer, one layer of copper, the wire leaded components mounted on the only one side of the PCB. We can mount component on the track surface using surface mount technology or SMT or surface mount devices SMD. Then double layer PCB, the two layers of coppers are there. The components are mounted on the both sides of the PCB. Then multi-layer is also there. The cost of the laminate reflects number of layer. The extra layers may be used to route more complicated circuitry and distribute power supply more effectively. So first we will see the single-sided PCB. You can see this figure. This is the single-sided PCB. Substrate is there. On that the copper layer is there. Then solder mask is there, and the silk screen is there. Key features of the this single-sided. This is cost effective. Cost is less. Suitable for high volume of the order. Suitable for the low density design. Easy to manufacture and manufacture. Easy to design. Easy to repair in case of something goes wrong. So these are the key features. Then double-sided PCB. Double-sided PCB, there are conducting tracks on both sides. Components and connectivity between upper and lower side tracks and components can be done by plated through hole. There is a plated hole inside that PCB, and both the sides you can do the soldering. So see this figure. This is the hole. On this you can place the component. See this figure. This is the double-sided PCB. The first one is the single-sided. This one is the double-sided PCB. You can see another figure. Double-sided PCB. Then double layer or multi-layer PCB. Just we have seen this figure, or you can see in this figure. These are the multi-layers, double layer or multi-layer PCB. See this one more figure. This is for the multi-layer. The multiple layer establish the reliable set of predetermined interconnection for the electronic circuit. Under high pressure and heat, the layer fuse together. The conductors will be separated and signals and power between layers will be connected. This technique ensures that all layers are drilled and plated first and then laminated. First they are drilled, uh, the plated, and then it is laminated. Multi-layer PCB can have as many as 14 layers. The connection between these different layers or circuits is through plated holes on the PCB, and the diameter of the hole is less than the conductor tracks. So you can see this figure of the multi-layer PCB. This is the copper plane. This is the peg. Then CU plane. This is CU plane for signal and traces. This is for ground. This is for signal trace. And these are the thicknesses of each layer. So connection between layers in a multi-layer PCB. There are various types of multi-layer connections. They are differentiated by the using methods to make connection from one layer to another. For example, there are connections between layers such as clearance holes, plated through holes, plated risers or buried holes, plated taps, and silver bridge terminals. Clearance holes or blind hole. It is not effective because layers are interconnected by external jumpers as shown in the figure. So see, you can see in this figure, they are connected with the external jumper. This is the external jumper. Then plated through holes, it provides maximum high reliability and can be used to handle the high package density. Plated risers or buried holes. These holes are specially used for complex circuit mounting, but at the same time, it increases the cost. Definitely, it increases the cost, and it is used for the complex circuit mounting. So you can see here, this first one is the plated through hole. Then this is plated risers or buried holes. This is buried holes, and this one is the signal trace. Okay. Then constructional features of the multi-layer PCBs. These are a multi-layer PCB has two reference planes and signal Y. The signal Y allows the signal to flow through all the planes. A stitching wire is connected to one of the planes next to the signal Y and serves to reduce the area through which the signal passes through. It may assist in reducing noise and crosstalk. Uh, by that the noise is reduced and the crosstalk is also reduced. What is crosstalk, that we will see in the next slide. Product functionality of multi-layer PCBs depends on the interconnection between the layers. Or depends on the interconnection between the layers. So multi-layer boards can rigid or flexible. These are the rigid as well as flexible. Rigid multi-layer PCB technology can prove to be very expensive due to expertise required and expensive drilling equipments. So expertise is required. High sophisticated drilling is also required. Flexible multi-layer PCB make use of flexible circuit and reduces size of end product. Then the advantages and disadvantages of multi-layer PCB. Advantages include the high reliability and uniform wiring. Then it handle large circuit density, definitely. Disadvantages, the initial costs are higher than that of the single layer PCB. Repairing of multi-layer PCB is quite difficult. Possible problems in multi-layer PCB. We have to study what are the possible problems in the multi-layer PCB. Poor fabrication of multiple layer PCB, multi-layer, that is interlayer connection discontinuity. Then problem drilling of holes will result high resistance. Tolerances in all layers will introduce the high interlayer capacitance. It increases the capacitance and this may create the problem. Inadequate plating in holes results in high resistance. By that the resistance is increases. Then absorption of the moisture due to the improper heat cycle. Then types and specification of boards. Here are some board types, and these are the specification of that. So see, this the standard FR4 glass epoxy material is used in this, and this is the chemical resistance. High performance FR4, high flexural strength. FR2 paper phenolic, the flame resistance. FR3 paper epoxy, this is the high mechanical strength. Triple X PC paper phenolic, this is the moisture resistance. Then glass melanin, this is the high impact strength. And the polyimide glass polyimide, it is high dimensional stability. So these are some board types and its specifications. We must know the types of the board and what are the specifications of that. So in this lecture, we have seen the PCB. What is the, before that we have seen the what is mean by the SMT technology, through technology, then PCB types, then different terms related to PCB, then advantages, disadvantages, the problems, single-sided PCB, double-sided PCB, multi-layer PCB. Okay, thank you.